Have you ever looked at a map of Antarctica and thought, something feels a bit off? For centuries, this massive, frozen continent at the bottom of our world has been a source of mystery and speculation. But what if it's not the bottom? What if it's not a continent at all, but a giant ice wall encircling our entire known world? This is a question that has captivated theorists and adventurers for decades, suggesting that the greatest secret on Earth isn't in outer space, but right here, beyond the ice. The idea first gained mainstream traction with the flat Earth model, which proposes that the continents we know are situated on a flat disk, with Antarctica forming a massive, circular ice barrier on the perimeter. Proponents point to early maps, like the Gleason map from 1892, which depicts the world in this circular arrangement, with the sun and moon revolving above. They argue that this isn't just an ancient belief, but a hidden truth. So, what's the evidence? Believers often cite the Antarctic Treaty System, signed in 1959. This international agreement dedicates Antarctica to peaceful scientific purposes and suspends all territorial claims. While on the surface this sounds like a noble act of global cooperation, some see it as something more restrictive. They question why an entire continent, rich in potential resources, would be placed off limits to commercial exploitation and largely restricted from independent travel. Is it to protect a fragile ecosystem, or to guard a secret of monumental proportions? Let's talk about some of the first-hand accounts. One of the most famous is that of Admiral Richard E. Byrd, a celebrated American naval officer and polar explorer. After his expeditions in the 1940s and 50s, he gave several interviews that have become legendary in these circles. In one broadcast, he allegedly spoke of an area beyond the pole that was an enchanting continent and a great unknown. He described it as a land of mystery, with vast territories, mountains, and resources yet to be discovered. His words have been interpreted by many to mean that beyond the ice wall of Antarctica lies another world, completely hidden from public knowledge. Some theorists even reference Byrd's supposed secret diary, where he allegedly documented a flight into a hollow Earth through an opening at the pole, encountering a technologically advanced civilization. While the authenticity of this diary is heavily disputed and widely considered a work of fiction, it fuels the narrative that our world is far stranger than we've been told. Then there are the stories of pilots. Commercial airline pilots have reportedly been told to avoid flying directly over Antarctica. The official explanation involves harsh weather conditions, lack of emergency landing sites, and navigational issues near the magnetic poles. But is that the whole story? Some speculate that these flight restrictions are in place to prevent anyone from accidentally seeing what lies beyond the traditional boundaries of the continent. If you look at global flight paths, you'll notice a distinct lack of routes crossing the Antarctic landmass. Coincidence, or a carefully managed deception? Let's dig into the what if. If the ice wall theory is true, what could possibly be out there? The ideas are as vast and varied as the supposed hidden lands themselves. Some believe there are other continents, just like ours, with their own civilizations, completely unaware of our existence, and we of theirs. Imagine entire new worlds with different histories, cultures, and technologies, separated from us only by a wall of ice. Another popular theory is that these lands are inhabited by advanced, non-human beings. Sometimes called guardians or watchers, these entities are said to protect the boundary, ensuring that humanity remains within its designated area. This ties into ancient myths from various cultures that speak of a known world surrounded by a realm of gods or giants. Others propose that what lies beyond is simply more of what we have here. More land, more resources, and more space. This version of the theory suggests that a powerful global elite knows about these extra territories and is keeping them secret for their own benefit. Perhaps as a future breakaway civilization or a source of immense, untapped wealth. They control the narrative, own the maps, and enforce the treaties to maintain their power and keep the general population in the dark. We also have to consider the visual evidence, or lack thereof. We've all seen images of Earth from space, a beautiful blue marble spinning in the void. But proponents of the ice wall theory often question the authenticity of these images. They argue that many photos and videos released by space agencies are computer-generated composites, not genuine, single-shot photographs. They point to inconsistencies in cloud patterns, lighting, and scaling as proof that we're being shown a constructed reality. They ask, why is it so difficult to get a live, 24/7 video feed of the Earth from space? In an age of constant streaming, why is this one view so elusive? Let's bring it back down to Earth, or at least the ice. Independent expeditions to Antarctica are notoriously difficult and expensive to mount. Anyone attempting to venture beyond the designated tourist zones or scientific bases would face not only the harshest environment on the planet, but also a significant amount of red tape and potential intervention from authorities enforcing the Antarctic Treaty. Several individuals and groups have attempted to organize expeditions to cross the continent and find the edge. But these efforts are often thwarted by logistical and legal challenges. This only adds to the suspicion that something is being hidden. So, we're left with a fascinating puzzle. On one hand, we have the established scientific model of a spherical Earth with a continental Antarctica, supported by centuries of navigation, observation, and modern satellite data. On the other, we have a compelling counter-narrative built on historical anomalies, strange testimonies, and a deep-seated distrust of official information. It's a story that challenges the very foundation of our understanding of the world. Could it be that the greatest explorers of our time were not just adventurers, but gatekeepers of a secret? Is the Antarctic Treaty a document of peace, or a pact of concealment? And if there are hidden lands beyond the ice, who lives there, and why is their existence kept from us? Whether you see Antarctica as a continent, an ice wall, or a gateway to another realm, one thing is certain: it remains the most mysterious and unexplored place on our planet. The stories and theories surrounding it force us to question what we think we know and to wonder about the secrets that might still be buried deep beneath the ice, or perhaps just beyond it. The truth, as they say, might be stranger than fiction. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, be sure to like and subscribe for more.